5 journalists have reportedly been killed in an Israeli airstrike near a hospital in central Gaza. Their employer says they were killed doing their duty, but Israel claims they were Islamic Jihad militants. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran reports from Jerusalem.
Throughout the course of the war in Gaza, there has been significant and sustained criticism of the Israel Defense Forces' attitude towards the media. Not only that foreign media are not allowed inside Gaza except in very limited and very controlled circumstances when embedded with Israeli troops, but also repeated allegations that they have been targeting Palestinian journalists working inside the Strip. And local authorities say there is now another example of that in an attack on a TV broadcast van which was sitting outside a hospital in the Nuseirat refugee camp in central Gaza. Inside at the time were 5 journalists who were working for the Al-Quds Today television station. Their employer issuing a statement on social media saying they died doing their journalistic and humanitarian duty, criticising the IDF for hitting the vehicle. Israel says it was targeting a terrorist cell from the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group, and the IDF spokesman says suggestions it was targeting journalists are fake claims, insisting that it had intelligence from a number of sources confirming who the men were. The Palestinian Journalist Syndicate, speaking for the media industry in Gaza, says 190 journalists and media workers have been killed since the war in Gaza began, after Hamas's attacks on Israel on October 7. Meanwhile, Israel's controversial National Security Minister has sparked outrage once more with a visit to one of Jerusalem's most holy sites. Itamar Ben-Gvir visited the Temple Mount in the Old City in what he says was a trip to pray for Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. There are rules about prayer on the Temple Mount. People of any faith can visit, but only Muslims are allowed to pray there. It's not the first time Mr. Ben-Gvir has made such a trip, but in the context of everything else which is happening in this region, it is still very provocative. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office says that there is no change from the government's official position on the rules governing access and praying on the Temple Mount.